All right, we got to make a little transport here. See how this holds up. Hopefully everybody is doing well. We are currently in my 2023 Chevrolet Bolt 1LT. And I am so impressed with this car. So impressed. I'm telling you, this car is fantastic. I've heard people complain about different things, but no one who owns them. If you own one, other than not being a road tripping car, I just wanted to reiterate for like the millionth time how fantastic this car is. I'm so impressed. The EPA says it's going to go 259 miles on a charge. In the summer, I'm still getting over 300 miles a charge. I've been averaging 4.5 miles per kilowatt since this car was created. And I've got 41,188 miles on it. So it drives like a dream, handles fantastic. It just is, top notch. I mean, it's really made as an Uber car, and as many of you know, I do part-time Uber driving. It is literally an Uber car deluxe. I don't think there can be a better car for Uber driving. You can put 4 adults. I wouldn't put 3 adults in the back seat. You can. I probably wouldn't because, but it is a 4-door. It's a family car. My wife and I have had it now over a year and a half. Just love it. Literally love it. Couldn't ask for anything better. This car far exceeds all of our expectations. We had some expectations for it when we first got it, and it has far and above just. And this is what I wanted to hit on too. I know a lot of people who own a Chevy Bolt, I know you already know this. There's no maintenance. I haven't done anything in a year and a half. I haven't spent any money on it in the last year. There's nothing to do. No oil changes, no air filter changes, no fluid checks, no brakes, nothing. Think of that if you are a person who, I love my internal combustion engine car. That's great. I have nothing wrong with that. But we waste 0 time at the shop. No, we don't schedule an oil change. We don't have to schedule anything. I don't have to worry about the brakes. I've already worked on my kids' cars. I was checking them out. My oldest daughter needs brakes on her car. She's got a Ford Explorer. Now, it's a great car too. I ask most electric car owners. We are not anti-ICE internal combustion engine people. We love those. We're more than fine with those. We're just saying for the convenience, for the savings. Man, if you want a car that you literally buy and that's it, I'm assuming my tires are going to last 55 or 60,000 miles. I don't know. We got 41,000 on them and they're still in the good zone. I just checked the tread depth on them the other day. The one pedal driving means I don't use my brakes hardly at all. So I'm assuming when I get to 100,000 miles, I'm going to check the brake pads, see if I got half the life left on them, because my granddaughter and my daughters, they like to turn the one pedal driving off right here, right below my finger. They turn it off with a push of a button, and then it drives like a normal car. You got to hit the brakes or you'll coast right on down the road. But me, and even my wife, she is really starting to get into, since the Model Y, in the Tesla, you cannot turn off one pedal driving. So since you can't turn off one pedal driving in it, she's gotten really, really used to it. So now when she gets in the Bolt, she doesn't turn it off in here either. But I am currently running, the speed limit's 45. I don't know if you can hear this, but I'm going to let off the gas. That noise, whether or not you can hear it, was the regenerating noise, regenerative braking they call it. It's not, I just let off the gas and it was coming to a stop. So I didn't keep going because I would have just literally come to a stop on a 4-lane highway. But this car will run 75, 80 mile an hour. I mean, it'll run whatever you want it to run all day long. Again, the only shortcoming we have is the charging, and that charging is only on supercharging or fast charging if you were to take a road trip. It charges perfectly in my garage overnight. I mean, it's perfect. You think about this. If you never had to go to a shop, you never had to go to a gas station ever again, what would that mean? I mean, think about that. Think about how much time you're busy with kids and groceries, and I mean, there's lots of activities, and there's always something going on, right? Just think if your automobile was not one of your things going on and scheduling and got to take time off from work and go over here and get this done, or on the weekend got to do that. Forget about it. Buy the car. Never go to the gas station ever again. Don't worry about what the price of gas is today. Don't worry about what the price is tomorrow. Like with me, I have Power Smart pricing where I'm paying over every hour I have a different rate. Overnight, I'm paying 1.9, 1.8 cents a kilowatt when I charge my car. Sometimes 2.1 cents a kilowatt. So if I plug it in with a 20% charge, say I've only got 70 or 80 miles left on my charge, and I go up to 80%. I like to keep it between 20 and 80. And I take it to 80%. 20 to 80 is only a 60% charge. I mean, is that, I don't know, is that 50 cents, 40 cents? Think about that. So if I add, I'm trying to do the math while I'm driving. So let's just say I added half the battery. Instead of a 65 kilowatt, I added 32 and a half. Okay? At 10 cents a kilowatt would be $3.20 or $3.25. Okay? 5 cents a kilowatt for 30 kilowatts would be, what's that, $1.60, something like that. Just think if you're paying 2 cents a kilowatt and you add 32 kilowatts, 64 cents. And I've been averaging 4.5 miles per kilowatt. Okay? So if I've averaged 4.5 miles per kilowatt, and let's just say I added 32 kilowatts, just a half a battery. Okay? 32 and 32 is 64. 64 and 64 is 128. So I would add 128 miles if I was only getting 4 miles per kilowatt. Okay? So a half of a 64. You guys help me with my math, all right? Because sometimes I love math, but sometimes I'm not the best. 128. What am I adding? 154? Would I be adding 154 miles? That's close. let's just say 150 miles. I added 150 miles, and it cost me 65 cents. How's that for reasonable? And I just turned on sport mode on the car. That's got a little button up there. It becomes even sportier for driving. All right? It's sporty enough as it is, but man, it is lightning fast. But that's what I wanted to get through on this. The Bolt is a fantastic car. Okay? For 95%, and I've said this to a lot of my viewers, and you guys know when I comment back to you, 95% of the time, maybe even 98% of the time, it's the perfect car. You can't ask for anything else. If I average 150 miles per gallon, equivalent, electricity to gas, and sometimes it's more, sometimes it's only 150, and then I'm paying 60, whatever I told you, whatever I was paying for a gallon, because 33.7 kilowatts is, so 68 cents for a gallon of gas. So I pay 68 cents for a gallon of gas, and I go 150 to 170 miles on that. How's that for saving some money? And not having to go to the gas station anymore. I've got a gas station within 5 minutes of my house, but when I drive by and I see 4 or 5 cars lined up, I think, ugh. And I don't have the stinky, smelly gas on my hands. None of that anymore. None of that. This car, I don't know if I have explained it enough at how much we love this car. Okay? I mean, I got power windows. Now get it. I paid $25,900 for this car. Okay? And I could have gotten up to a $7,500 federal tax credit if I'd have had that much of a tax liability. But I didn't. So I'm going to roll my window up because there's a Hummer over here getting 8 miles per gallon parked next to me, right over here at the stoplight. So he's wasted about 50 cents worth of gas just sitting at the red light. And my car is probably, well, it's much faster than his. So we don't have any question about that. I have a better car, a quicker car, and if he was to take it off-road, which he's not, because most of them don't want to spend $100,000 and take it off-road, but all right, down the rabbit hole. So 25.9, remember, I only got close to a $5,000 federal tax credit because I didn't have that much of a tax liability. So I had basically a $21,000 car. And I'm saving massive amounts of money on gas. I don't go to the gas station anymore. So even with my Prius, and my previous car was a Toyota Prius that I got 50 miles per gallon, and I thought that was phenomenal. I thought that was top notch. Easy. Come on, OSF. You cut across 3 lanes of traffic there, bud. You got to make a decision. Whew. Good thing I got quick response time with my hands, my feet. Guy just cut in front of me with a van, cut across 3 lanes of traffic. Anyway, there we go. See, there's a rabbit hole. When you get old, that's what happens. But what I was going to tell you is, and I kind of lost track where I was at, other than how great this car is and how much money it saves me. But by not going to the gas station anymore, when I took my Prius, and I got 50 miles to the gallon with the Prius. The last time I saw the gas station here, we're going by a mobile gas station. It's 324.9. Okay? So in my Prius, to go 150 miles, well, that's simple math there. $3.25 to go 50 miles. Bear with me. Times 3. That's $9.75 to go 150 miles in my old Prius. Got it? And that is fantastic mileage. This one cost me 68 cents. Not $10, 68 cents. Okay? I mean, it's amazing. I can't believe if General Motors would have made millions of these cars, they should have sold millions of these cars. I know the earlier version, they had some issues with, again, quick response, got me out of the way. This car just drives fantastic. I had people stopping in the middle of the road in front of me. I was able to go around them. That's how cool this is. So GM had issues with a few cars that they had a thermal runaway issues early on a few years back. They completely switched the battery composition, all taken care of, all recalled, all fixed, no issues. So without those issues, I charge in the garage, and it's like a dream. Again, I don't want to go on about this and on and on and on, but this Chevrolet Bolt is quickly becoming the best car I've ever owned. Again, I like statistics, and I've said this to my viewers. Until I got 200,000 miles on this beast and she hasn't cost me anything, then we'll see. I had to put brakes on my, I think it was about 140,000 miles. I had to put brakes on my Prius because it has regenerative braking, but not like this. You actually do have to, sorry, looks like it was moving. You actually do have to hit your brakes to come to a stop in the Prius. With this, you don't. Okay? Like right now, I'm coming to another red light. I'm rolling in at 3 miles an hour. I let off the gas. We're stopped. I haven't touched the brakes yet, and we're at a stop and hold. It's fantastic. So, and this video, I know all of my viewers that have Chevy Bolts are like, yes, amen. I know what you're saying. I agree. And that's true. We just, the car continues to impress me. And that's what I like. What are we, 19 months I've had this since March of 23 when it came in. Yeah, this is late October, 28th? Yeah. So, in a year and a half, just over a year and a half, and the 41,000, it continues to impress me, just time after time. But I got off topic a little bit. Climate control, I like. Now, it doesn't have a heat pump, so it's not as efficient in the wintertime. Still massively efficient, but the heat pump would make it even more efficient. The computer screen in the middle, a 10.2-inch center screen, great. Apple CarPlay, fantastic. Power windows, automatic headlights, automatic dim, brights and dim automatically. What else could you ask for? For 95% of our time, and to say it's probably more like 98% of the time, because how often do we road trip somewhere? If you're a person that drives 300 miles a day, okay, maybe it's not for you because you're going to have to stop at a charger for an hour and charge up. But for those of us that average, what's the average? 12 to 15,000 miles a year. Let's use round numbers since I'm driving. 12 months, 12,000 miles. That's 1,000 miles a month, okay? Or roughly 200 to 250 miles a week is all that the average person drives. Well, you got 259 miles on one charge. If you're only driving 250 miles a week, you only have to charge it up one night a week? If that's the case, you don't even need a level 2 charger. You could use a level 1, which, like your toaster or your cell phone charger in the garage, just your regular 110. Plug it in, you're good to go. Because if you're only driving that is there's no need to buy anything and have it put in your garage and have a charger added. None of that. You don't need to do anything like that. I have one because when I Uber, I sometimes put 150 miles a day on, and I'd like to top it back off at 80% overnight. I don't take it to 100% anymore. That's not good for lithium-ion batteries. But I take it to 80%. So it's like, all right, and it'll tell me. I'll have it ready at 5:45 a.m. All right, there it is. Good to go. So statistically, come on, it's been green there. Smoke your cigarette and go there, bud. Sorry. I have to talk to other drivers and remind them when the lights are green, they need to go. Because when it's time to go, it's time to go. And I'm in sport mode, so I really would like to go. Anywho, tons of construction around here too, though. Oh my. Lots of construction, lots of loud noises. Yeah, that's another benefit. How about that? No engine noise, no transmission noise, none of that. Whoa, whoa. Hit a bump in the road construction. I'm losing you. So, it's just a top-notch car. I just want people to know. I know Kyle Connor was yelling at Mary Barra when he was in Detroit about last year. I don't know if you saw that. Don't stop making the Bolt. Make the Bolt. But again, I think they're going to come back out on their new Ultium platform in 26, I think. But this car, as is, that I bought for $21,000, what my hopes are that I keep this long enough and I save enough in fuel costs and maintenance costs that the car is zero. It saved me the whole price of the car. And I'll keep track of that, okay? And we'll go over some stats. Maybe at the 50,000 mile mark, we'll go over some stats on the savings of fuel, because I'll know if we're at 4.4 or 4.5 miles per kilowatt, what we're at lifetime. So, without further ado, I appreciate you guys coming along with me on this ride. Again, Chevy Bolt, man, what a top-notch car. What a top-notch car. All right, if you would, please like, subscribe, and comment below. The Bolt owners, you guys tell me what you like best about your car, like I do. Stay safe, everybody.